Coach Tyrone White. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
So you just created a video detailing sexual assault, or tell me the details on that, what you just did recently.
Yes, I just did a video on recognizing child predators.
Okay. Yeah.
Or what we refer to the triple Ps, perpetrator, predator, pedophiles.
Oh, wow.
And you can find that video if you go to YouTube and go to CoachTyVideo.com, CoachTyVideo.com, and that's TY, CoachTyVideo.com.
Yeah. And so tell me, where did you get the idea to do this video? How did that come about for you?
Well, it's as a result, Christina, of everything that's been going on at Penn State. Now we're seeing issues at Syracuse University, and also there's another military academy where they've had some issues. And the truth, Christina, is this. Only 10% of all the children that have been victimized come forward. And so when we look at the issues of sexual abuse against children, most go unreported. And so with that and everything that has surfaced with Penn State and the other schools, I felt it necessary to provide real substantive information.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about what the information says on your video. Like, what do you tell parents?
I tell them, Christina, all the things that they don't tell you about child sexual perpetrators.
Yeah.
And the thing that they're not telling you, Christina, is that you can do a background check until the cows come home. But when you catch a predator for the first time, they have no criminal record. And they victimize, on average, 32 people. And so it's more imperative that we teach parents, we teach coaches, we teach administrators how to recognize the signs and then uproot it once you recognize it, so you don't have a tragedy under your own watch.
So what would be some of the signs Stephen look for, in a predator?
Well, one of the signs is anytime they offer gifts, we call it grooming, offer anything to a child without asking permission of the parent. They seek to put the child in a position where their options are cut off from having access to support systems and other people. They try to turn them in and against their support system by saying subtle things like, your parents really don't want you to grow up. That's why they really don't trust you to make your own decisions.
Manipulative almost.
It's very manipulative. And this is why they get away with it over and over again. So this video teaches people how to recognize it and respond.
Wow. So it's like equipping almost parents, like here's what to do before anything happens. So how do you teach your children then? How do you not just the parents, but how do you teach children to be prepared for a situation like this?
That's a very good question. Because as we talked earlier, you don't want to traumatize children. You don't want to talk to them about the creepy, scary man, in the shadow. So how we teach parents to teach their children, we teach them to teach situations. If someone, let's say you're lost and you've been separated from your parent at Walmart, and you ask a guy who has a blue jacket for help, and he seems friendly, but he asks you to go to the back of the room, the storeroom of the restaurant or the Walmart. That's not appropriate. That person really should be guiding you to a highly trafficked public place where there are a lot of people and not seeking to isolate you. And so if you ever are in a situation like that, I would say to parent, you teach the child those specific situations and not people, because it could be male, female, teenager, or old man.
Wow. So it's not just, it's a variety of different people, it sounds like.
Yes.
Now, are there online predators as well? It sounds like we've got to be careful from both, not just in real life, but online as well.
There's a whole different formula that sexual predators use online. And first they start by going into chat rooms or to areas where they know children will be. And then one of the things they do is called a silent interview. They'll just sit back and watch the flow of communication. And they're looking for a child to articulate that they've just had an argument with their parent, or they're thinking about running away. And that's the person that predator will isolate on and speak to. And then from the confines of the chat room, that sexual predator will lure that child into what's called IM, instant messaging, where there's one-on-one communication. And let's back up to the chat room. children don't know that when they're in chat rooms communicating, there could be 40 to 60 people observing that may not be saying anything.
I didn't know that.
And so you think you're just having a conversation with your buddies, but there are other people that could be trolling, looking for that vulnerable kid that's kind of confused. And that's who they connect with. That's who they try to extract from that chat room into IM. And then the game starts. And then eventually it moves towards gifts. They like to send two most popular gifts, cell phones and watches. They'll convince the child that they can be trusted, that I'm going to send you this, but I don't want to know your address. I'll just send it general delivery to the post office in your town. And all you have to do is show up with identification, and it can be a school ID, and pick up this gift, and your parents will never know. Well, why do they send cell phones and watches? Because, Christina, they have GPS devices in them. So the child, upon receiving that gift, thinking that they're keeping a secret from their parent, talking late at night so the parent can't trace it with a cell phone they're paying the bill on for the child, then suddenly this perpetrator, predator, pedophile knows where the child lives and also may know other personal things about the child, such as them going to skating parties, where they may be, and how to access them, even when the child is not aware that this person is in that environment.
Wow, this is a really scary issue that's going on right now.
It is very scary, and what really is more alarming is when parents don't know. When people that have camps, YWCAs, YMCAs, church groups, youth groups, they don't know. And so that's why I'm here to provide this information.
And that's what your video is primarily about, is equipping parents and teachers to know how to do it.